N.U.B.Y. N.U.B.Y.net.
Any of the thoughts and opinions shared on this show belong solely to the members of the cast. This is not a reflection of our families, friends, or employers. These are just our thoughts and views and aren't intended for anything further than entertainment and information for our viewers and listeners. N.U.B.Y for life. Thank you. Welcome to episode 9 of the N.U.B.Y podcast. As always, I'm your host, J Love, aka Fly95, and as always, I got the gang here with me. I'm joined today by Eric Bernard, Jay Hayes, and Jack Mack. Man, how y'all feeling, fellas?
What it
going
do?
on? What up?
Feeling good.
Man, and real quick before we get in our recap, I want to say a quick shout out to everybody out there that's been checking us out every week. One of my partners I play the game with said that he watches every week faithfully. So he said he don't want his name said, but man, shout out to the regulars, man. So shout out to this your first time checking us out. Shout out to you. If you here every week, shout out to you. Shout out to the people that's sharing it, that's liking it, commenting on the shorts and the reels and everything too. We doing this for y'all. We do it for us because we like, just having this conversation, but we definitely do it because we know we got somewhat of a following that we hope to build on as we move forward. So let's get into our last week, man. What happened, man? What's going on with y'all?
Man, last week was a week, brother. We had our little, at work, we had our little spirit week and whatnot, and we had our Black History program on Friday, but we ain't had a 5-day week in so long, bro. For like 7 days, G. I came home, got knocked on Friday night. Dude, but yeah, man, back in the grind, back on the grind, man.
Man, speaking of that school week, man, I was barely at work this past week, man. My oldest son was sick on Monday, so I stayed home with him. Then on Tuesday morning, both of my sons were sick, so I got them to go over by my mother-in-law's house. So I went to work Tuesday and Wednesday. Both of the boys were sick, man. We ended up taking them to urgent care Wednesday, right after I got off of work. Both of them had the flu, man. So with that being said, they couldn't return back to school. So I was home with them on Thursday and Friday, so I was only at work twice last week, man, and the house still going through it. My old lady, she ain't feeling well now. My mother-in-law done caught the flu, so yeah, hey, be careful. Wash y'all hands. Make sure you drinking some fluids, man. Do what you got to do, man. It's out there.
It's a bug going on, for real.
What's up, man?
Yeah, dog. My week is kind of crazy, man. My body been kind of feeling all weird, man, so I called to get my physical. My doctor retired on me, man. So trying to find a new doctor, dog. And no, I ain't had a physical, dog. So I was trying to call and get my physical, and they yeah, he no longer works here. So it's like, dog, I'm on the fence. Like my wife is telling me she got this really gangster doctor that's a female. I don't know if I want a female all touching on me, man, and me talking to sharing my views and opinions of a player with her. You know what I'm saying? So.
Hey, that's a good time. Hey, I just switched recently, man. I had to,
okay. You might gotta tell me. Is it a lady? Is it a dude?
I got a lady. I had an African dude, but he was too short with me. Pause.
Okay.
He was trying to rush me up out of there every time, man.
Back in the day, we had the same doctor, didn't we? Back in the day. So when after dude had passed away, and then my new dude retired on me, so we might gotta holler, man. I might gotta see what's working.
I had the young African dude, man. He always seemed too busy anytime I came in there, man. But yeah, then I swear it's crazy because my wife told me about her doctor was a black lady, and she was like, "Man, you would like her, this and this and that." Man, I went out there, man. I done seen her about 2 times, man. It ain't too bad. The conversations is definitely different. It's definitely different.
Yeah, dog. Because I feel like I could just relate to a. You know what I'm saying? A male, but that might be a stigma I need to break or whatnot. But
yeah, man.
It's still kind of hard to go down though,
She see it.
Well,
she see your junk and all that. She was seeing everything.
Hey, she got to make me cough and all that, man. I'm like, whoa, those 2 people make a brother cough, man.
Nah, I ain't wanged out for mine yet. She ain't had to wang out.
See, that's physical status. So I'm on the physical. So that's the physical status is what you do, bro. So
I don't think I wanged out at every physical.
She might have to wang you out one time, man.
She might have to. She ain't got me yet.
Oh man.
He gonna be like,
You gotta stay focused, bro. Mashed potatoes. I just stand thinking about mashed potatoes my whole time. Mashed potatoes, mashed potatoes.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So, well, if I have to, since you requested. Sticks, what about you, man? What was your week like?
I had a pretty cool week. I had a 4-day week, and I usually work 6 days. So, man, having all them days off, I kind of had too much free time, But I just been still, going to the gym. I'm trying to eat more cleaner. So I've been on my fruits and veggies. I need to learn how to keep them fresh though. It's like after 2 days, it's going bad, So I'm like, I don't really have the time to go to the grocery store every other day. So I got to figure something out.
That's the downside of eating healthy and getting fresh stuff, dog. It go bad so quickly. So,
man,
you literally got to get it and be ready to use it that day or the next day, or it's a wrap, low key.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's worth it, though.
Man, I need to get my life together. Speaking of doctors and eating healthy and all that, I definitely got to get it together. E, you said you started your journey over, what was that, a week or two ago?
I did,
how's it been
dog.
going?
And that's probably why my body hurt, dog.
Probably.
Dog, like, man, I changed my life, dog, and it started in the kitchen. I know it started in the kitchen, but it's hard for me to get to the kitchen. So I'm getting that regimen. I'm about 2 weeks in. So I wasn't on the show last week, but I'm about 2 weeks in. I do it 3 days out the week now. I used to do it every day, bro. So I'm working my way in there, fam. So
that's what's up.
That's probably why I'm trying to give up soda too. So I'll be having lacking caffeine headaches, bro. I'm just going through it, fam. So
now I gotta have that soda now.
Yeah, dog. So that's what they gonna tell me. She gonna say, "Go ahead, lose some weight, fam. You a little meaty. Go ahead and work out a little more." Blase, blase. I already know what she gonna tell me, or he or she, whoever I go with.
I'm gonna give y'all a good alternative to soda. It's called Poppy.
Yeah, I like those.
I seen that.
Too expensive.
It's expensive.
$2.
It's expensive.
They can keep
it, like
fam.
$9 for a 4-pack, low key.
Yeah.
Keep it.
Good cans, but they good for you, bro. They give you energy. They got probiotics in there.
I'd rather drink water, bro.
But listen, no, water low key ain't that great for you, bro. It keep you hydrated, but you really supposed to eat the fruit and vegetables to get your hydration. But listen, try the Poppies, bro. They also got they got Poppy, and it's another one. They saw
Olipop.
Olipop.
Yeah,
I saw it on TikTok.
Olipop, yeah. And Olipop has one of them has a special going on at Pick and Save right now. You can do
one of them costs about $3.50 for one can. Cause I seen it at Target in the little cold section right when I was gonna go out of there. They got on my last nerves when I seen that. I put that back and got 2 Pepsi Zeros for 2 for $4 just because they wanted for.
Do I want to be healthy or do I want to be broke? Do I want to be broke or do I want to be healthy? Do I want $15?
Right.
Do I want to be broke?
I said I got $4 to spend and got 2 sodas with it.
I messed around and got the variety pack. It was like 12 in there. They rung it up. It was $20, bro.
Oh no.
No, sir. I won't be getting those.
Goodness.
Nah, I know what you mean. This is my favorite one right here, that raspberry.
Yeah.
I'll make sure I buy a pack each time I'm at the store.
Yeah.
Hold on now.
It's like $9, right?
Hold that up one more time. Because we ain't finna be giving them all this free promotion like this. Poppy, Olipop. Hey, we need a sponsor. You see my guy buying it every time he go in the store. And Jay Hayes down with a 2. Y'all tag them on this, man. Tell them we need a sponsor out here. Then I drink it all every day if y'all gonna throw us some cases. You know
Let's
what
go,
I'm saying?
Poppy.
All right. Yeah.
Let's go, Poppy. Tag Poppy. Shout out to Poppy.
Yeah, we out here looking for these sponsors, right? Tag Poppy.
Let's go,
Poppy. Y'all crazy. All right, so now I know we on here kicking it, man, but we gonna start off everything with some sad news, man. I want to say rest in peace to Angie Stone. Soul singer Angie Stone died in a car accident early Saturday morning at the age of 63. She was leaving a performance in Montgomery, Alabama, early in the morning and died in a car crash. So, thoughts and prayers to her family and everybody that was also a part of that crash, man. We lost a great one. But for sure. And then I found out when I was looking at the story, she was also going through some sort of legal back and forth with UMG as well over some royalty payment. So I think a lot of people got UMG in the courts, man. Some that we know of, some that we don't know of. But,
UMG out here fouling them streets.
man,
Yeah.
it's going that. Well, speaking of that, that was a great transition. Some other foulness took place with our buddy Trump, our president. So President Trump and the Ukrainian president, let me not butcher his name, I think it's Vladimir Zelensky, had a showdown in the Oval Office on Friday. And the crazy thing about it, the media was allowed to be there, so people was able to see this in real time and on TV and on the news. They basically sat down together because Trump was trying to get a deal in place for some minerals in the Ukraine. Now, I'm not super politically aware. I don't know what these minerals do, the value of these minerals, but basically, Russia and Ukraine have been in war for some years, and Trump is saying, hey, I can get a ceasefire with Russia because he connected with Putin. I can get them to, put the guns down. But if I'm going to do that for you, you're going to have to let us get in on some of these minerals you got. And so Zelensky basically was like, Ukraine is an ally to the U.S. and Russia is not an official ally to the U.S. And he basically like, dude, you doing deals with Putin without, connecting all us and putting us in on it. And plus, in the past, Russia got a history of not holding their word when it come to Ukraine. They done raided them and did all this stuff to them, so they don't really rock with Russia at all. And then here come Trump saying, hey, man, it's going to be good now, but just give me these minerals. And it basically turned into a lot of interrupting and back and forths. And it got basically leaders of other nations kind of looking down on us too. Like, basically, you out here trying to do deals with the enemy. And Trump is putting his business connections and stuff with Putin in that play. And it just look all bad that, the world as we know it, man, a lot of things is shifting, man. Did any of y'all see anything about the argument or they meeting?
So I didn't know about the meat and potatoes much about the actual meeting, but Trump was 10 toes down, bro. he was like, hey, fam, y'all not safe. You're not going to speak like that to us. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know the backstory. I ain't going to keep it a buck with you. But if I was looking at it just on some TV type stuff, Trump was 10 toes down, man. And he was standing on dude. But that's all I want to say.
Yeah, I seen it, and that's basically what it was. He was treating him. He was talking to him super crazy. Like when I was looking at it, I'm like, man, dude finna go back because he got kicked out the White House. If y'all know,
they sent him out.
I'm like, he gonna go back to his country, and his people probably not gonna be happy with how he handled that. You know what I mean? But basically, my observation, what I got from it is like Trump, like, look. We done already gave y'all too much money, and we not with the drama. So, no, we with the drama, but we not finna be, going overboard. It can be done, leave it there. But I think Zelensky is like so much been done, he not ready to cease fire.
Yep.
He still wants some payback, and I think that's where they bumping heads at.
It's basically like we got a history of me and this dude not getting along and how they country been treating us. And now you telling us to just make up with them and I got to give you something too. So it's kind of like, nah, man, we got this whole United Nations thing going on and they ain't a part of it. And now you trying to just work a deal and make me be cool with somebody that slaughtered my people and did all kind of stuff. So I don't know.
Fam said you finna feel our influence. Trump was like, no, we are not finna feel your influence. And man, you don't want this smoke. Trust me. I was like, whoa, dog, that's the strongest I ever felt about dog.
And I don't think the Ukraine meant it like they'll go to war with us and this and that, but I think he meant it more so. If you treat me like this and the world is seeing this, think of all the other leaders of these other nations and seeing how you doing us. Like, you gonna feel the repercussion of that, basically, by dealing with the enemy. And Trump don't look at it like that because that's his guy. Like, no, they ain't the enemy. They're my people. So it's tricky.
I think Trump is on some old, that was a big stage, and he a big image guy, and he was just like, look, you're not finna talk down to me as the U.S., as the person, so I'm finna probably put 2 on 10, and I'm finna stand on you hard, and let another country say something about it. That's kind of the vibes that I got from him.
He was power tripping.
Yeah, definitely.
We gonna see how it play out. So now sticking with our current society and things going on, a couple days ago it was supposed to be the economic blackout on Friday. So That's whether you a black person, a person of color, or an ally. You basically wasn't supposed to spend money at major retailers on Friday, just to kind of like let it be known that your dollar matters and your thoughts and opinion matter. Did anybody on here participate in the economic blackout on Friday?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Okay. There we
Yeah.
go. We got two of us. Now I'm gonna be honest. Like I said at the top of the show, I had a sick household. My wife was down. I had the kids.
Order Chinese food.
Hey man, I had to order some food, man. I hit the DoorDash, man. I know they ain't a major retailer, but it is a major company, and they got food from some major places. So I definitely my bad. Hey, you see, I'm down for the people, man. I got on my black, green, green and red, man. You know, but hey, man, players mess up, man. I had to feed my family, man.
Now,
I had to do it.
I participated, but I did use DoorDash. I got Ashley from DoorDash do that.
Well, that is a black-owned restaurant, though.
Black restaurant.
Yeah.
Restaurant. Because I was at
right.
work. I couldn't jet out, right? But then at night, N.U.B.Y birthday was on Friday, so we went to Coconut Bowl, and we went bowling, and got some Jamaican food, man. So that's all I did. That's all I bought. Daycare got their little money. I can't, it comes out automatically. That ain't no major retailer either. But so that was all I did.
Nah, that's what's up.
I had did it.
Saturday though. Go ahead, no, my bad.
Yeah, I had participated. You know what I mean? I just hardcore just saved my money. I didn't shop nowhere. I've been seeing a lot of people talking about it. You can feel how you want. I did it just because I'm like, yeah, it's only for one day, but it's a start. I think like the purpose of it was to, show how powerful our black dollar is. And even if it's one day, you know what I'm saying, if we doing that consistently, I can see like, you know what I mean, the board can look crazy. Like our black dollar keep the lights on for a lot of people. So I think we just was basically trying to show that.
Did you participate?
I think I didn't really participate, to keep it a buck with y'all. But I was very conscious of the situation. You know what I'm saying? Anything out of my norm, I had to feed the family. I had to get gas. I had to do what I had to do to live. But I think it's a really dope idea, being I actually own a black business as well. So generating those dollars, putting it into the community, and only spending, whether it's a day, whether it's once a month, once a year, we really appreciate it as a whole. I saw there was a great story. I don't know if it was in the Midwest. I thought it might have been in Detroit, or it might have been in Michigan, where they all went to Target and they all was spending only on black brands in the Target. Did y'all see that story?
I saw that.
Where was that? Was that in Detroit, or where? I don't know where it was, to be honest with you. But I thought that was a really dope idea, that to generate the black dollar, to just make it circulate, and I just think that was really dope. I don't know if it was the timing was on Friday, but I think I saw it earlier in the week. So
it was earlier in the week, and I do think it was done with good intentions. I saw some pushback to it, because a lot of people said when them black products made it into Target, the manufacturers or the owners of them black business, they already cut their deals. They already paid. They don't get paid on the back end. So basically, by going and spending all that money, Target making all their money back anyways. And if their goal is to get rid of that stuff, we just helping them out just to hurry up and get it out so they can move forward. So it's people going back and forth, because
I've heard that too,
bro. Like,
so it's like it's hard to, you know what I'm saying, right? And so it make it tough, because the thing is, so what we gonna do? Just not buy it and just let it sit forever, or you know what I'm saying? So it get crazy. I understand what they was trying to do, and I think that was real smooth to do that. But a lot of people that push back is because they, Target was one of the people that follow suit with the DEI stuff, like getting rid of their stuff. So they like, all y'all doing is clearing that inventory. They ain't doing no new deals, basically, with some new black, manufacturers and this and that. But I get it, man. Go on and support.
I get it. And there's another initiative coming up too. Like, it's a bunch of them I saw that Al Sharpton kind of proposed in the months coming forward too. Like specific days. Like I heard we supposed to be boycotting Target for 40 days or something like that. But
it's gonna be tough.
I'm gonna have to start my 40 over.
I think they just trying to.
Go ahead.
They
Go ahead.
trying to, we trying to just basically, I think, shed light our black dollar powerful. Like, I think I
Absolutely.
seen an article one time. It's like everybody else when it come to they people, they don't outsource. So like, they keep their money. They gonna spend their money at their grocery store, at their clothes store, their gas station. But when it come to our people, fam, we outsourcing. Our dollar only stay in the community like maybe not even 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I try to just buy black because I understand that.
And one thing we got to be better at too is exposing each other to the black businesses, because if we don't know that there's a black grocery store on Fond du Lac, then how we gonna go there? You know what I'm saying? How we
Yeah.
gonna support? So I feel like we as a community got to be better that way too, instead of just being on there like, oh, look at this coon, he at Target. Well, tell me where the
Yeah.
fuck to go then, because I don't know, obviously, or else I
Right.
would, you know. So we got to be better with that too.
That's
So
why
like,
I was.
oh, go ahead, Fly.
No, I was gonna say that's why I was listening, Hayes, when you said you went to Coconut Bowl. Now I heard about it, but I don't know too much. Is that the same owners as Upper Yard?
Same, I think they're the same family.
Same
Oh,
thing.
okay. So yeah. Now is Upper Yard still open too?
Upper Yard,
Yeah, they under construction, I think, right now.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it's still open. I frequent there
Okay.
for sure.
Okay.
They're
Okay.
not open right now. Currently, I don't think they open, are they? Because
No,
people
they
been going there and it's been closed recently.
yeah,
Like,
they remodeling the whole shindig, so I believe it's under. I don't think they had a posted date or whatever, but I tried to go last week Thursday and they were still closed.
but when I did go to Coconut Bowl, there all the staff that work at Upper Yard was there. So still got the same food. You trying to go eat, you can go to Coconut Bowl and still eat. They got the food there, and it's same food, same cooks, all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Jamaican food. I don't like that line though, man. So I stay away.
You gonna wait. You gonna wait.
Yeah, I don't like that line.
Low key though, they have been much better recently. Like probably the last 2 months, I've been getting my food in and out, bro.
Yeah.
So check
But
them out.
like that.
Before we get off this topic, dog, I just kind of want to give my little 2 cents in the fashion world, right? So like supporting our black dollar, I think is really key. That all these everybody's spending, everybody like fashion, right? So people will spend 800 on a hoodie, 700 on a hoodie, 500 on a hoodie, whatever the case may be. But then when the black brands and the black designers would say, hey, oh, this hoodie is a 150, 250, people kind of frown upon it, right?
No,
because
that's true.
What's the definition of designer, right? I know the term designer is a big word now, it's an overused word, but we are designers as well, right? So if you're wearing a brand from your homie or your people or a local black designer, that's designer as well too. So like generate that dollar, keep it going, because we are the next best thing, and we are the next big creative directors that run in these big fashion houses right now. For real, it's running Louis Vuitton, right? Creative director behind Louis Vuitton. He started somewhere, right? So these big creators, these big minds.
Why he not using his influence to promote a black business where he can, you know what I'm saying, like bring his influence there? You feel what I'm saying? Like that, I think that's what separates. And you said niggas spend $700 on a Rue hoodie, or you know what I'm saying, brands like that. But those kind of people, for real, the Pharrells in them of the world, they endorse the Louis Vuitton. So people like, oh, I for real, but with Louis, this is gonna be a cold collab. Let me grab this. But what if our big stars started using their influence to promote Save the Children? And now my hoodie 800, Dame got it on walking into the Pfizer. Oh man, I don't care how much that is. That's cold, and it's a black business. I need that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I love that what Pharrell is doing, because, but it's like we always looking for ways into their doors. You know what I'm saying? We got our own doors we do. You feel me? And make that same kind of impact, and then niggas won't have no problem paying a G for some black owned stuff, because these big stars are wearing them. And promoting
that's true.
and help develop the business and all that,
That's a good take from both of y'all, man. With that, I definitely agree. But I think it's probably like some old ancestral stuff that date way back to black people was never afforded things. So now when they get some money, they want the top of the top. And it's more so social status. But the points y'all making is 100% true. Like if we the culture that say what's hot and what's not. So if we said, no, this is the move right here, not Louis, not Gucci, not whatever it is, but we wearing this, then yeah, you right. But it's going to take the people in position, them athletes, them entertainers, the CEOs of businesses to say that. So that's a shift that we need to make, especially with how crazy things is going right now. So,
and when we make that shift, you know what I'm saying? Make sure these black businesses are ran properly, right? Make sure customer service is at the top of your structure or your priority list, right? So make sure, you know what I'm saying, if I come participate or support a black business, make sure you have napkins, make sure you have the clientele that's working, or make sure my customer service. That's why I say to children, we try to focus on customer service because we don't want anything we already behind the 8 ball, right? Being a small black owned brand. We don't want to have anything that we can do and think small things that you can do as on the customer service side that can eliminate somebody from wanting to jam with you in the future. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to all my businesses, whether you do food, whether you do purses, whether you do hair, keep your customer service game tight and the progress will come for sure.
Yep, for sure, man. I like that. Now, let's shift things into some music and entertainment news. So some of these people we talking about, these are the main ones need to be having on these black brands that we talking about. But we gonna kick things off with old Capo, Jim Jones. Jim Jones has been in the news a lot lately. This past week. So this Friday he released his album At the Church's Steps. But bigger than his album release has been some of his recent interviews and some of the comments that he's made recently. So he was recently on the Breakfast Club, and he had a lot to say about various topics. But the topic of Cam came up. He talked about the versus battle when it was Dipset versus the Lox. He saluted the Lox, but then he talked about how Dipset wasn't ready. But then he talked about the deal that they had in place where Jim Jones and Santana got paid, X amount, but Cam worked it out with Swiss Beats to get equity in verses and like some whole other stuff. So basically he got a bigger piece compared to what they got, and everything wasn't equal. Then he talked about he wouldn't do business with Cam, and if he had the opportunity to, he'll box his head off. Said that he'll swing off on him, which led Benzino put out a comment saying he'll put the money up for them to box and all kind of stuff. So, and that wasn't the end of it, too. 50 Cent name came up, and he called 50 Cent a sucker and basically said he would never do no work with 50 Cent either. And then they talked about possible verses in New York. And Jim Jones said on some solo stuff, he got more bigger solo hits than everybody in New York. And I think he overspoke, definitely, because I don't think he consider like Hove, but I don't think he consider Hove active still. So take Jay-Z out, but we know 50 Cent is still touring. I don't think he making new music, but then 50 Cent put out a response basically saying Jim is just saying whatever and he delusional right now. So now what do y'all think? And I probably know y'all answer, but if y'all had a versus between Jim and 50, is it a easy sweep for 50? Is that light work?
Easy
money.
Easy. All I gotta do is go to Get Rich Without Trying, and he threw.
Now, what is it? Is it 12 rounds? 20? How many rounds is versus typically?
No, he done after round 5.
I think it was like 10 songs.
Yeah.
And
so
some people were bigger.
No, it was Jim 20. Getting around? Is Jim getting anything with balling? When we fly high?
He gonna get balling.
He might get one.
He might get 2.
I don't know, man. 50.
He might get 2 rounds. Summer with Miami and balling.
Summer with Miami balling for sure.
But then I guess it also depends on what 50 match it up against. Because
that's what I was gonna say.
Because let's say he play balling and 50 just throw in the club on just on the strip just to kill his top song.
Like I would go tricky. I would go balling in the club. My personal opinion. I would take high over in the club.
Okay.
That's way too commercial for me. I don't know. I ain't like it like that.
But then if that's the argument, you got to think almost all 50 hits is gonna be commercial. The candy shop and
Well,
the
that one
club.
in
Like,
particular,
they said
that's the
that
one
was just too
started it
commercial.
off for him, right?
That's
Ain't
true.
that? Yeah.
No,
So
wait.
that,
Was Wankster before that? I think Wankster was before that.
but that
It's
that
the
was
Wankster that you never pop.
that was his first single, I think, like that made him mainstream.
Uh-huh.
As far as like that will still get played today for the most part in the club. You know what I'm saying?
So
50 gonna have 95% win.
So Jim them got a chance. Now, who do Jim got a chance against?
I was confused that he even said that. Like, I
You're
mean,
gonna have to use this Dipset
Jim,
song.
Jim
No, he
cool,
said solo.
but see,
Never.
then you remember they said Styles P. And he said
Yeah,
Styles
they
P
did.
don't
They
have
did say
enough
Styles P.
commercial. He said he don't have enough commercial hits, but I'm like, I don't know Jim to have that many commercial hits. He got mixtape shit, but
Styles P got
no,
I get high.
He'll beat Styles
Yeah.
P in a head up 101. He'll beat Styles P.
Can he beat Fab?
No.
No.
Hell no.
I didn't think so.
Do y'all know that many Jim Jones commercial songs? I don't.
No, heck no.
That's
I mean,
what I'm saying. I was
look.
confused.
Well, Styles P don't got too many commercial solo songs
Yo,
either.
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? But he got like that baby girl. What song is that? Jim got a couple jams, bro.
Man, I
Jim-
knew Ballin' or We Set the Trends. I don't. Jim was talking about he dropped one every year.
What
And
about
I'm
the
like,
one
I
is we
don't
set
know.
the
Nah,
trends?
nah.
Is that the song that this is Bird Game Money?
No, that's Bird Game Money.
Oh,
That's
that's another one that.
I'm
Hey,
like,
Jim
maybe
beat Santana.
Hustler's Poem wasn't a bad album either. That was like that was the album that like kind of put him on the map as a rapper.
Honey
things
Dip.
he
Yeah,
got-
Honey Dip on there. That
His
was pretty-
albums are good. He just don't got commercial hits on them. Jim actually make decent albums. With this new one, I'm about 5 tracks in, so I can't give my review yet. I think it's like 20 songs on there. But
I listened to it.
you know,
I think
So
Jim's
far,
stuff
it's
is just
decent.
regional. I think it ain't really making
Yeah.
out that East Coast circuit, so that's he probably was dropping hits every year. It just wasn't making them to the Midwest, you know?
see, but
Yeah.
that
So,
make it
Jack-
tough because ain't nobody really not regional except for Atlanta
Champagne.
people.
Y'all remember that? Pop Champagne.
Yeah.
So Jack, could he have meant that, hey, on some New York only shit, niggas ain't messing with me. You know what I'm saying?
I
That's
still don't
what he
think
was
he-
saying. That's what he was saying.
I still don't
Certified
think he beat
Gangster?
50 though.
Come on, man.
No. He definitely not gonna beat 50 for sure.
Can he
I
beat
think 50
Santana?
is-
Yeah, he
Oh,
getting
Breeze
Santana,
remix?
though.
No, he can't beat Santana.
You don't
I
think
don't know
so?
if he beating Santana.
No.
Jim mixtape stuff is nice. I can't lie. But
Santana got that
Santana got
Santana
that.
was like a-
Mr. Postman.
Santana was
Hey.
a second tier superstar though, like in the middle, like he was trendy, kind of like like I don't know. Santana might give him a run. It'll be good.
At one point, his projection was Lil Wayne projection. They was doing I Can't
Yeah,
Feel My
I've heard
Face
that.
mixtape, but then Santana blamed it on Cam that he ain't pushed the button.
Can he use that I Can't Feel My Face joint? Them
I
joints?
would think so. I would think Santana might give him a run, bro.
You know,
Jim
when
might
people
be in
talk
trouble.
about like that, I went back and listened when I was little. I thought it was like the coldest, but now I'm like, it just didn't age well.
No,
What's
it
that?
didn't.
All
Oh,
that
that
I
Santana?
can't feel my face. A lot of that Lime Wire Wayne. I'm like, man, I think that shit wasn't that hot.
I mean,
It
shit,
didn't
you got
age well.
nothing older, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It didn't
You got
age well, man. Just be real. Keep it tall.
No, I love that. That's to me. I love that shit. Yeah. Couple of them, not everything. Couple of them was cold though.
That
Yeah.
Lil Wayne No Ceilings mixtape.
Now that was different. That was a
that's
different
after
Wayne.
though. That's
Yeah,
after
that-
though.
That was
a lot of that
cold.
Lime Wire Wayne was Dr. Seuss as hell. I'm like, I don't know, man. It ain't
What's some live wire?
Here,
What's some
man.
live? What did he put out there? That was Lime Wire Love. Jack.
All the little songs
Yeah.
that they were
Little
like,
squad up
yeah.
mixtapes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was
There was like throwaway tracks from the
Throwaways?
session.
Okay.
And we was just going crazy about them during that. I can't lie, but like as I got
Wow.
older, I tried to spin it again, and I'm like, nah, it ain't it, man.
Hey, that was when that you will be waiting some hours for that little 2-minute song to download.
Yeah,
be trash.
Oh man.
them was the reference
now-
tracks.
sticking with our East Coast or New York issues, 50 Cent again is still keeping it going with Joe Budden. So now so as we know, 50 Cent said the comments about Irv Gotti. Joe Budden said he needed therapy. 50 Cent responded to that by posting the AI pictures of Joe Budden naked sleepwalking. Joe Joe Budden initially laughed about it on the show, but was basically like, if he keep that up, you know, we're going to have to get the lawyers involved, because he said he ain't trying to play with 50 like that. And so then 50 got word that Joe Budden was in the Mermaids, which I think is a strip club, and that Joe had came and hurried up and left and posted about it like, yeah, I see you got up out of here. And then Joe commented about that too, like, he wasn't running from nothing, but he did get up out of there and was happy to get up out of there. And then they had a joke, like, if he would have had one more last dance, he might not have made it home. So they named their episode One Last Dance after their little segment about that. But now 50 is basically saying, hey, he just want to face-to-face with Joe Budden and they can work everything out. But he said it with that 50 Cent kind of tone, so I think he want to put hands on him if you get a chance. So I don't know.
You know Joe Budden's is suing. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
He's suing.
I don't think Joe Budden got them hands. 50 will punch you in the face, I feel like, though.
Real quick.
50 built like a gorilla still.
And he got them goons with him at all times.
50 was in them streets, bro. You got to have them hands to be in the streets like that.
Joe Budden just be talking, man.
Y'all know he used to box back in the day, too.
You know that.
Yeah, he was a boxer back then.
Nobody wrestling with 50, dog. I ain't seeing it. And so now, some more.
So crazy.
Right. I wouldn't say, now this next topic, I don't think it's real East Coast, but it's still connected to some of the people we talked about. Cam and Ocho Cinco. So I don't know if y'all seen anything going on with them, but Cam responded to an old Ocho Cinco interview where he said he see where Cam is and he coming to take his spot. But then Cam commented on Ocho Cinco recent interview with Stephen A. Smith where Ocho was on there joking, talking about his tooth was little and he had to go get some surgery and get his meat stretched, pause. And Cam was basically calling him a weirdo and just saying like all kind of stuff about him. And Ocho responded and kind of like sweated him a little bit, basically saying that Cam and Mason have reached out to him to be on It Is What It Is and they couldn't afford him. He said that when he made the comment about taking Cam's spot, it was out of respect, basically saying, Cam, you the standard. I see what y'all doing. I'm trying to get like that. But he said he beyond that now, because if you look at the numbers, he said Nightcap, they already did that and then some. So like it's just turned to a back and forth to the point that he said, hey, Cam, I'm in Miami. I'm in some of the same places you go to in Miami and I'm outside. So like you can see me whenever you out there. And I was like, man, because I look at Ocho like the good guy, like the nice dude. He always in a positive mood, but he ain't like some of them comments that Cam made about him, man. He said he want to see him outside.
About that respect, though, you know.
Yeah. He been on one lately, dog. He been challenging James Harrison to fix, bro. I'm like, bro, chill out. You know that man will clock you upside your head, but niggas say he got hands, man. But like, I don't know what Ocho been, but I feel
Ocho
that,
fed up.
Ocho fed up because they be taking this nice guy image for weakness, man. So
yeah, I think that's what it is.
He ready to sweat something.
Yeah, like so, Ocho have been spazzing out. I've been seeing that. I don't really watch much of their show because I'm not a fan of Shannon Sharp.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think he's kind of strange, man. So I just really don't. I can't really watch too much of the show, you know. But Ocho have been acting crazy though. I can't lie.
I'll tell y'all this: Shay ain't really a great interviewer. He just the other people be carrying the show. He's not a great interviewer. I was watching the interview with Wallo the other day. Wallo was doing all the talking and he was just reading notes that somebody else had pulled up for him. He seemed like he didn't even know Wallo, bro, at all. It was kind of bad.
I think cool, Shannon just wants you to get drunk and have a hot take or say something crazy that could go viral.
When you don't do that, it'd be dry as a mud in that mud.
And that's what Wallo told him at the beginning too, that he don't drink or nothing too, so he wasn't gonna get Wallo to say nothing too crazy. But so
strange guy,
right? As always, it seemed like almost every episode we had we had some Drake news. So recently Drake canceled the remaining tour dates in Australia. They was already sold out. They did put out a statement saying that if you already purchased tickets, they'll be honored at whatever the rescheduled dates are, or you could get a refund if needed. But the reasoning that they put out was basically saying it was a scheduling conflict, which is kind of crazy. And it led people to say, like, you know, when you schedule something as big as a tour, you know what the dates are in advance. It ain't like they spring the dates on you. And some people are basically saying off the recent success of the collab album with Party Next Door, Drake wanted to come back over to this side of the globe to be in Canada or just North America, period, to soak up some of the, you know, the accolades coming his way off of the album. And he was recently spotted at WWE's event this weekend with Lil Yachty. But basically, like, hey, man, I'm just not doing the rest of them shows. I'm out of here, and just left the Australian people kind of just on stuck, man. Like how do y'all feel about that?
Now he also said that they rescheduling though. First of all,
yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Second of all, second of all, when you put together a huge tour, when you're a huge artist like Drake is, it's a lot. It's a lot that goes on with a Coliseum based tour, right? You got dancers, you got people, you got bands, you got stage, you know, creating stages and all of that stuff, dog. So like to have gaps in the show, that large of a gap, flying back to the States, chartering this jet, chartering this, not only just for you, I can see if it's just you and your people, but you got to have the dancers that come across the country, the stage people, and I'm quite sure they specialists, right? Quite sure it's like only one dude from Detroit can really handle pyros, pyro stuff, or one guy got to fly from Arizona to do this or do that. Drake on the bill for all of that. Now, and I know we want to take shots at the boy all the time, but it's somebody controlling the date. It ain't just him saying, okay, I want January 12th. I want January 24th. You know, like it's a process, bro. So give a man a break, public, please.
But at the same time,
I agree with you, E.
Yeah,
you still,
appreciate it.
When you sign on to do that tour, you know what the dates are. Or you got somebody, not to say Drake got to know, right? He pays somebody to know what these dates are and to know his schedule when you a Drake status. So you got to take all that into account, because he ain't the first person to ever set up a big tour that got all these pieces and all these parts. So like you got to kind of have that accounted for. So it can't just be I didn't know it was going to be a gap between dates. You kind of knew it was going to be a gap.
But when you plan stuff, bro, it's okay. It's okay to recognize a possible issue, correct it, and go forward and see what's most price effective for you as the business. I think that's okay. I think America needs to say it's okay to acknowledge an issue or acknowledge a gap, fix it, and fix it later. It's okay sometimes.
Yeah. If he didn't give later dates to reschedule, then I'd be looking at him crazy. You know?
Yeah.
But I'm like, hey, the album is getting the party lit, so he do want to come back. He want to come back to the States, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and enjoy that. He want
to enjoy that. You know what I mean?
Now that conflicts with your take on black businesses, though. So let's say I was going to one of these restaurants to get some food, and all of a sudden they close down, and they don't tell me they closed, but they got a sign that say when they open it back up. But I was ready to eat. You think I ain't gonna feel a kind of way about this restaurant?
And I order my dinner in advance.
Yeah, no, that's nowhere comparable, sir.
Why it ain't?
Oh, okay.
You talking about coming to somewhere to get something to eat for $20 versus a $1 million tour that's created, fam. And at least say something that's comparable, Fly.
No, but I'm saying you don't know everybody's economic status. What if I'm a $20 person?
Okay, and when you go to this restaurant, you didn't pay me anything. I'm giving your money back, and I'm saying I'm rescheduling. You didn't pay anything at this month.
I'm talking about the letdown and not getting what I planned on getting. It's worse for the people that prepaid for the tickets. I think they got even more of an excuse to say. I'm just saying to have an expectation for something that's set in stone, and then to not get it, and then to just be like, oh, it's okay. It's some planning stuff that he didn't plan out. It's fine.
Okay, people get let down every day, B. They'll be all right.
And when you let people down, you got to deal with any comments that come.
I don't believe it, Aaron. I don't believe in those scheduling conflicts. The nigga just said, I'm lit right now. I'm going back to the States. That's
yeah.
it. Keep
That's
1,000.
really what it is.
Come on, Eric. You know
Okay,
what?
okay. I'm not saying that he did. I'm not saying that he did or he did. But what if he did?
How
Okay,
many shows was it?
what if he did?
He had
How many
4 more
shows did he
shows
have?
left to do.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Just
4
right at
of
the
them.
end.
He had 4.
Okay, hold
He
on. Are y'all even looking at any other show? The man give out 50
No,
G's
no.
a show to a random person with a sign just saying, "Hey, I love you, Drake." Oh, you know what? You get 25 G's and get fam. The dude doing it. What fam?
Absolutely.
We talking about?
Get that 50 G's to your specialist from Detroit, that dude the fire you was talking about, so he
Okay.
can be there to do the next show.
Can we,
I'm sure he
Can we
getting
compare-
paid. I'm sure he getting paid handsomely, fam.
Right.
I'm sure these fools
we-
is getting paid
can we
handsomely.
compare it to like LeBron not playing in the All-Star game? I bet you it was a lot of people there ready to see Bron play at the All-Star game.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
saved up
All-Star
all
game.
year for that All-Star game.
Played up
Yeah.
all year. That was Kobe mentality. That's why he tried not to miss no games, because some people
Mhm.
literally want to see me their whole life, G. Like kids that
Fact.
grew up watching me, and then I just don't play that day because I got a scheduling
Yep.
conflict, or I got
Y'all
I want to
prove it.
rest today, or da 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 da. Like I don't know. I'm not buying it, bro, because
You proving my point a little more. You proving my point a little more. All-Star game happened once a year. A concert is getting rescheduled from October to November,
But
or
you can't
pushed back
say
a
that
day.
as the guy that just said you
What?
prioritize customer service.
What
I'm
is
just saying,
what
okay, look, dog.
If you
Look, an All-Star
prioritize
game.
customer service,
it comes to your
So look,
city.
you mean to tell me
the
an All-Star
customer is
game?
right.
I'm only going off the examples that y'all provided to me. Y'all talk about All-Star game and y'all talk about food. An All-Star
No,
game, it
in
happens
a
once a
game
year.
period.
It cannot
But this
get
is
pushed back.
basketball game period. When a big elite star is coming to your city and you done bought this ticket, oh, you see the schedule. Oh, the Bucks playing the Lakers. Kobe gonna be here. I'm getting a ticket. And then Kobe says, I'm not playing because I got load management. I feel like this is a load management right now, bro, because Drake knew his dates in advance, G. He knew this, and he lit right now, so he felt like, oh, I don't gotta do this. I'm finna go back to the States, and I'm gonna go be at this damn what was he at? He was at the
Elimination
WWE.
Chamber.
yeah, he was at WWE Elimination Chamber.
Did he have a show that night?
He probably did. It was probably something
Yeah.
would have been on
Oh,
Saturday
man.
night.
Scheduling conflict.
Y'all saying it's a Taylor Swift? I don't know. Huh? What they talk about, Jack?
I don't
What
care
they talk
about Taylor
about, Jack?
Hey,
Nigga,
our
Hey,
platform
I
don't
don't
cover
know,
Taylor
Taylor
Swift.
Swift
man.
song. I can't tell you two Taylor Swift songs. I can't tell you one.
Yeah, this
gave him
platform
some
don't cover Taylor
rescheduled dates.
Swift.
I'm just saying, y'all holding the boy to he provided an alternative solution. He
Shut
didn't
up.
say a sign that said we ain't open today. He said, hey, I'm canceling. I'm letting you know. He didn't show up. It ain't a sign on the Coliseum the same day that said, hey, Drake will not be performing. Come on,
How
fam,
do you
give him
know
some
that?
grace.
How do you
'Cause
know that?
they publicized it. It's been released.
Did
Read the
He have
articles,
a show
fam.
that day? Can you tell me if he had a show that day or that weekend or whatever?
No, he did not.
It still don't matter.
No,
He
he
gave
did
him,
not.
They
he
both
gave
got
him
You don't
refunds.
know if he had a show that day.
Hold on. What Jack Mack say? What you
And
say, Jack?
he gave him refunds in a later date. That was cool for me. I'm gonna be
Cool
honest.
for me. Keep it what it is, man. Y'all just holding the
Yeah.
boy a little hard.
What if those people can't make
Pause.
those later dates? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's my thing, bro.
They
He gave you
lost
a
no
later
money.
date. What if those people can't make those later dates and they had this? You know what I'm saying? Like
So
that's
that's at least a solution, though, is what I'm saying. Everything can't be 100%, fam.
salute
Everything
these.
can't be 100%, James. But I'm just saying that it is a viable option was provided.
All
That's
right.
all I'm saying.
Hey, boy, you go to. I swear to God, you'll be a goon for Drake. You would definitely be a goon for Drake, bro.
Like top
If this was
5,
somebody,
So wrong. You can't do
hey,
nothing.
Y'all
tell me the
crazy.
lies. Show the internet. Show me the lies,
That's
fam. Show me
that's
the lies.
academics.
Nowhere am I near academics, but just
That's
show
how
me the
academics
lies.
be.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just being honest,
Crash
dog.
out for
Like,
Drake. You'll crash. You'll crash out for Drake. You about to crash out. Calm down.
couldn't. Y'all talking about lasagna and a basketball game, and then you backpedaling for the All-Star game. Now you talking about a major game. Next topic, family members.
All right.
You started it with me.
That
Yeah.
basketball comparison is valid though. People know them 82 games in advance and when All-Star weekend is.
Oh, it's not. He
Just
said
like tour
All-Star
dates.
game. That is not
It's
the
tricky,
same.
fam. It's tricky,
Still, though,
fam.
people still
My
wanted to
thing
see
is this.
LeBron play, bro, and the nigga opted out the day before the game or the day of the game, something like that. That's still crazy, bro.
My thing is,
Like they wanted
and you
to
can't
see
be
him pay money to see the
Yeah.
All-Star, one of the biggest names ever to play in the league, bro. Ain't playing. Why is that not comparable? I don't get it.
It's
Okay,
not
shut up.
comparable because LeBron
Shut
to
up.
come
Yes,
to a
right.
city once a year. He didn't say, "Hey, I'll come
Go
back
do
again.
tours.
I'll come back
Tours.
again. I'll make another." So you're not even listening to the fact that he presenting backup dates, fam. Did you not hear that part? What we doing? Come on, man.
Okay.
my thing is, and we can move on, is it's great that he doing the refunds and the backup dates, but you can't expect to pivot and not be held accountable or people ain't gonna say something. That's just
Yeah,
life.
it look crazy. It do look
Like,
crazy.
yeah, you
know,
can't
I
just
get
be
you.
like,
All
oh,
I'm
I
saying.
gave you this, so you
That's
can't
all
say
I'm
nothing.
saying.
It's life. You gotta be able to be open to, all right, I'm gonna take some shots for switching this like this, because it was people that planned. That's all like we saying is you can't just do it and be like, hey, you don't say nothing to me about it. Like you
Yeah,
can't do that.
Does the NBA offer refunds? Does your favorite local store that made
No,
dinner
and
that's open that night, do they
but-
offer refunds?
No, they don't. But that's why the NBA that made rule changes that say when you miss games, now you ain't eligible for awards at the end, which affect your salary that you get too. It's all tied together. You do weight management, you can't make the all NBA teams. If you don't make those, you can't get super maxes. The NBA does acknowledge that's a problem.
Crash out there. E.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't understand what these details is not supporting y'all at all. But I'm just
You
that's
just
not,
ask that question.
It's all good, bro. You good.
Listen.
Crash out.
Wednesday. Let the people decide.
Crash
Let the
out.
people decide, family.
All right, we still got some more Drake news, so he still might crash in a second. So
Lord.
in November, Drake filed a legal petition in Texas where alleging iHeartMedia had received illegal payments for Universal Music Group to boost radio airplay at Not Like Us. UMG is the parent record label for both Drake and Kendrick Lamar. He did receive this settlement outside of court without any details being released, and this has been no comment from UMG or iHeart, and many believe it wasn't in exchange of money for airplay, but instead it was giving more airplay so iHeart could secure some of those acts for their annual show that they have, basically saying, well, if you want our artists to perform at your event, you need to be playing them some more, basically. So nobody knows the real details and what's what. Eric, what you got to say about that?
All I gotta say is I understand it now. Shout out to Lethal Shooter. Okay, so look. At the end of the day, for them to come out to amicable agreement, right? Somebody did something wrong, right? And they're admitting, but then they say don't release it, right? People, payola is a real thing, right? My brother is real close to the radio industry for many years, right? Payola is a thing. People pay for records being played. That's all Drake saw it from the jump. That's all. Drake and his people saw it from the jump. Now, UMG, iHeartRadio, whatnot, they seen that it was happening. They got exposed. Guess what? They trying to reconcile the damages. Hey, we'll pay. We agreed or whatever. Don't release it. It was our fault. It is what it is. Because you want to know what's finna happen? Other artists finna go run at iHeart, UMG, because this is finna be a big deal. So Drake is just the start of foolishness that we saw a long time ago. And I understand it now. Payola, talk to me. I talk back. I don't know.
Now they said Angie Stone was in that too, right?
Well, hers was she said hers was about royalties though. She was trying to get paid off of royalties. Yeah. But my only comment with that is, how did Drake know? And that's gonna be the big thing. Is remember, it's gonna go back to him saying all this stuff that he know that they doing for Kendrick gonna be some old. How do you know what we doing for Kendrick? Is it because we did all this for you in the past too? And I think they just letting this all roll. Like, yeah, we did this. Yeah, we did this. And we did it for you. Like, you not who you think you is without us pushing these same buttons, making these same payments. Because the thing is, how do you know we didn't do it for you and we did it for him? For you to know that to be a practice, you had to have evidence that this actually took place. And I think that's why no comments is coming out, because they like, cool, yeah, we did it. We did it for you too, but we did it. And I think otherwise it got to be a statement. That's why this news didn't make like the big thing. This wasn't everywhere. This was like swept under the rug because they didn't put out the details of it. But I think by them not backing down from the other lawsuits that's still pending, they gonna even use this in it too. Like basically saying it wasn't no unfair treatment for Kendrick and all these people that you saying, nothing that we never did for you as well. And I think that's gonna be the bad thing. At some point, it's like he keep on poking the bear, thinking he bigger than the system. They gonna show him. And that's the bad part about it, is they gonna let him feel like he got this win. Do nobody bigger than the system, unless he choosing to go independent.
Hey, I agree with you, Fly, because like you said, he poking the bear. I believe like they gonna stack the cards against him. He might drop it, he might fly. To bring him back down, like to reality. That's what I think could happen.
And I think that's really what, when it come down to the big lawsuits, it's gonna be like, oh yeah, all this stuff that you saying we doing for him, we cooking the numbers, we doing the bots, this and that. Yeah. It's gonna be like, all right, and here's all the times we did it for you.
The world will go crazy if he dropped and did only 100 or 80K first week. You know what I mean? I think they got tricks up the sleeve for him. That's what I think.
You think they on some stuff where it's like, all right, you won this. We got it back though.
Yeah,
they gonna stop pushing the buttons for him. That's what I think.
Yeah. I can see they can push the backup button. I can see that can happen for sure. But as far as the ifs, and I think we can only say what's happening, and which is true, which is factual. So
we going off of facts. We don't know. Yeah, all we know is both sides agree. We don't know if he got some money, if he got what happened.
Okay,
we just know they agreed to end it.
If anybody did anything, I'm going to the pen to say I didn't kill that man. I didn't do that. I didn't do this. But now we come to an agreement. Somebody did something, family. Somebody did something. And on their side, they did something. So it's just like they're agreeing to minimize the damages and say, hey, I don't want to get too deep into it, but I did something. I'm sorry. Let's sweep it under the rug. If they didn't do anything, they going down. ASAP Rocky went down to say, take me to trial because I ain't do none of it. Take me to trial. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
It's the same scenario.
But at the same time, what did they say in that agreement that made you also, as Drake and your team, be quiet too about it? Like, because you loud out here talking about everything that they doing, but now you take this and be cool. Like, all right, I'm good.
It's a legal thing. It's a legal thing that happened. It happened legally. You know what I'm saying? If you can't talk about something
we don't know that. That's us throwing an extra fact. We don't know if it's an NDA involved.
Unless it's in the clause. Unless they say the agreement.
Anytime anybody is under some court of law, it's like, hey, we can't talk about that right now.
No, afterwards you can talk about it.
You can say whatever you want to say, unless they tell you, unless y'all agree that you can't.
Yeah. Right. Because if they get exposed, fam, that's 20,000 different artists are about to launch an investigation and whatnot. They don't
Nobody
want that,
else will, because his thing say specifically not like us. That don't affect them other artists. Only Drake feel like them playing that more affect people.
No, I'm saying it's going to start the digging process. You know what I'm saying? Not
digging
like us.
To tell on your record label for getting a radio company to play your music more? Who gonna dig for that? He only care because it's a song dissing him. If I'm anybody else on Universal, I want you to pay them to pay my music. Like, I ain't digging. Nobody else is digging. This is solely Drake because it's a song that called him a pedophile. Solely that. Nobody else is digging because as an artist, you want your song on the radio. So why am I going to sweat my record label for getting my song on the radio? Nobody digging.
So you mean to tell me this is not going to launch other investigations? If this held true, and if what actually happened, that payola is what I'm speaking about.
Right.
Payola. Not just charging up, not like us. Not just charging, not like us. I'm saying, hey, payola, let me pay Jay Hayes to play my record on this podcast. Let me pay Jack Mack. Let me pay J Love to play this record because I'm from the label, and let me pay. Not just because it's defaming Drake or just defaming, but yes, that actual record did defame Drake.
So you
but
saying
it's open
artists,
up the payola case.
artists that's not on Universal gonna be like, y'all accepting payola and y'all wrong for that.
Payola is illegal, fam.
Right.
It's a huge.
But you just said yourself, this been going on.
Not the
Prostitution is illegal too. Pimping been going on forever.
Are you saying that
payola is illegal? When it happens, when somebody gets caught, you get taken down for it. It happens all the time under the table, but when somebody gets caught and it's actually exposed, it's going to be a bigger deal, is what I'm saying.
Right.
So other artists,
the other way, like, so people saying, here, take this money to not play this nigga record.
No, I'm saying that's unfair. So say I'm a manager, right? Say I got J-Love as my artist, and I know James is a record label exec, or he's a big wig on Hot 97. I'm finna come, hey James, what's up, bro? Let me give you this. Let me hit your hand. So that's unfair. That's unfair to any artist that is actually making a charting song or a song that's buzzing, that's popping. Just because you know who you know, or I pay who I pay, makes J Love's song bigger than Jack Max? No, that's not necessarily the case.
Go look and say, oh, my song was hot until we heard somebody was paying this record label. I mean, this radio station, and then now that song passed my song. That's what they're gonna start doing.
That could turn into a lot of stuff. That could turn into, hey, this particular artist not being able to make this top 100, not being able to make performances, not getting performance because he don't have his #1 song in the country, or he doesn't have this #1 album in the country. Jack Mack's song is #1 in the country, so I'm asking him to perform at Pitchfork. I'm asking him to perform at Rolling Loud because he got the #1 top 10s in the country. You know what I'm saying? Versus J Love's song is probably hot, but it ain't charting like that because all this music is going off charting, and payola is the definition of charting music, and then so you can have some metric or hardcore data and stats to say, hey, like, my artist is top 100 in the country or top 10 Billboard in the country. That's all I'm saying.
But who will be doing digging then, like the other record labels, to say, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm getting to. Who will be doing the digging to say, this company paid this record label, I mean, these radio stations, and their song outperformed my artist's song because of this payola.
No, I just think when it's get found
because of the payola, and our artist should have been #1. Is that what they're gonna be doing? That's what you think?
Who knows? I just think when they find out when it happens, it's gonna get exposed, and whoever took the money, I don't think the results ain't gonna matter. It's whoever took the money for the results to end up happening that's gonna get the hand that's gonna get slapped, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I definitely see that. But I think it's only messy because it ain't no details. Because if you iHeart right now, we settled. That don't mean I accepted the money or I'm coming out publicly saying I accepted some money. It just means we figured something out. So it's gonna get tricky all the way around until somebody come out with those details. But I definitely think we smoked that topic, man. We can transition kind of into some music and sports. And we gonna kind of do some quick hits on some of these sports topics. But shout out Master P, being named the president of basketball operations for the University of New Orleans. If you know, Master P got that basketball background. Spent a little bit of time in the NBA in the D League back then when he did it. It wasn't even called the G League yet. I think he was with the Toronto Raptors. I want to say Master P balled for them for a hot second, and maybe the Hornets too, something like that. But it's good to see Master P, people like that getting these positions. Do anybody got a comment on that before we breeze through these sports topics?
No, salute to him for that, though.
Salute. That's
for sure. Then in other sports news, Deebo Samuel was traded from the 49ers to the Commanders. Looking at the Commanders, was only one game away from the Super Bowl, so now to get him a whole nother weapon with a quarterback, McDaniels. Is it not McDaniels? Is his last name Daniels or McDaniels? Jaden Daniels. I was calling him McDaniels, but yeah, Jaden Daniels now got a whole other weapon, man. So that's good. Then also in NFL news, we got Stephon Diggs is accusing his ex-girlfriend of extortion, trying to get him for millions, saying that he put hands on her, and he like, no, they had an argument. She wouldn't leave the crib, so he left, and basically he ain't going. So we got all that going on, and we swing to the NBA. We got Coach Pop is officially out for the season. Before it was up in the air, but he is not returning. So we kind of touched on that Coach Pop thing, but we got another NBA topic that I want us to touch on. Before we started recording, Eric was talking to us about some NBA possibly doing a one-on-one tournament similar to the Unrivaled tournament that the women did in the Unrivaled League. Tell us about that.
I think I don't know if they're officially exploring the fact that they wanted to start a one-on-one for a possible $1 million prize or $1 million purse. I know KD and Draymond and Baron Davis was on their podcast, and they were just saying, who do you think would win the one-on-one? They asked KD, would he play the one-on-one at the All-Star game for $1 million? And he said definitely. And he think that he would chop everybody in the league, you know. So then that kind of raised a couple eyebrows, and it kind of brought up like who would give you a run for your money? He threw Jason Tatum name out there. He said Jason Tatum is one of the best one-on-one players in the league. He threw Shea Gilchrist, Kyrie, Anthony Edwards. I think he threw a couple other names out there. Baron Davis was like, man, Giannis would go through all of them, fam. So then they was talking about how could they have a different scheme or point scale system, like would they shoot 1s, 2s, and 3s? They were talking about if they could do a 5-second shot clock. You know, most niggas that play one-on-one or what have you, it's like 3 dribbles. It's an unwritten rule. We play 3 dribbles and get a score up, right? But they was like 5 seconds. So that's kind of like, man, you got to hold somebody for 5 seconds, or can somebody hold Giannis for 5 seconds? You know, it'll be all layups. You know, I don't know if anybody can stop Giannis for 5 seconds with a full head of steam. Some people say they'll back up, let him shoot the tray, but you giving him a whole head of steam for 5 seconds, he laying it up every rip. But so that was what y'all think about that, man? Who y'all think would be one-on-one king or king of the hill or whatever the case might be?
I think they should do it. It'll get it more exciting. But I think it's kind of tricky because you're gonna have some dudes who ain't like big names. And if they you know what I'm saying, get the best of a star, you know, they might not want to have that going on.
That's why I feel like it has to be hand chosen players. Has to be players of a certain caliber. Maybe you got to be top 10 in scoring to be even considered. You feel what I'm saying? And I think this brings back the nostalgia of playing King of the Court as a kid, man. And you know, just one day a cat, you might kill a cat. The next day, you know, it might be their day. You know, I feel like that's just the ultimate sign of respect. That game, the King of the Court game, man, that'll be so cracking though. But like I said, you have to be of a certain level of eliteness to even be considered to play in that game, and I think it would definitely bring a lot of fanfare for sure.
Fly, do you think they would play for real, Fly?
Absolutely.
I think they would. I think they definitely would play for real, especially for $1 million purse to get that bread at the end. But kind of going what Hayes and Jack Mack said, the league will have to pay a lot of attention to who gets selected, because you wouldn't want to throw off the possible faces of the league and who people think certain players are. And I know that was another question that we was going to have as well. But when I think of it, so like going off of what Jack Mack said, take a Bol, for example, somebody that's 7'2", 7'3", but he can shoot a 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, he not looked at as a top tier player, but you back up, he can shoot an open 3. And he not even looked at as a B-list player where he might give somebody a problem just off of his length. You know what I'm saying? Pause. And his reach. So it's like, man, you gotta make sure it's only Kevin Durant, it's only LeBron, only SGA, only them superstars, so where they can be happy with whoever may win and it don't mess up the product. So I think it's play for real.
I think it's a combination of it, like Hayes, you know, when some pros be in an open run and they some no-name pros, but they still get a whole gym 50, you know what I'm saying? These cats is tough, bro. And like I think they would have to come up with something that's just like, hey, maybe when the shot clock or a non-assisted point, who got the most non-assisted points or something like that. It'd have to be something that create off the dribble or what have you, because it's all about what you want to see, dribble moves and one-on-one. And nowadays, all these young players are built like this, you know what I'm saying? and 10 years ago, it could legitly be like, respectfully, Kuzma don't really got no moves. I know I'm part of this some Buck. This probably is a Mac Tay conversation, but like Kuzma is one of them players that's like big, lengthy, athletic, but he don't really got no moves like that, right? Like if you watch him, he ain't really got no step back, 1-2 jab, none of that. You know what I'm saying? But somebody like shorter or somebody like Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell got all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want to see exploding, exciting, step back, dribble, pound, he got all of that. So it's gonna be tough, and I don't even know if this is near being happening or near being possible, but it'll have to be some details into the criteria that it selects it into the selection process.
Definitely.
I feel like a lot of the stars, they be scared to fail, so they don't even participate in some of these things.
Yeah, absolutely. For that too, bro. They
image is real.
It's too image worthy, too image. Too image. What am I trying to say?
That image and that pride.
Yep.
They don't know. You know they had that pride there. But man, you just mentioned Mac Tay, man. Shout out Mac Tay. He couldn't make it today, so definitely we're gonna do some Bucks talk when he get back. Also, we gonna touch on who's the face of the league in the NBA when we wrap up, man. But other than that, man, guys, it's been a great show, man. Anybody got plans this week coming up?
Just working.
Well, we all washed out here to watch dads. Well, I ain't gonna say watch dads. I ain't gonna put that on Jack Mac yet, man. I ain't gonna put
not yet, man.
I ain't gonna put that on it. But I ain't got nothing planned. I'm just hoping everybody in the house, get over their little symptoms, man. That flu hit us hard, man. But I ain't got nothing going on. Any last words? Any last shout outs before we wrap it up?
From the March, man. You know what I'm saying? Pisces
March
season.
Madness. March Madness.
March Madness. I'm looking to Milwaukee has a section this year in March Madness, so the tournament gonna be here for 2 days. So I'm looking to attend one of them days. So March Madness is a big deal, man. I normally take off the whole week for it, and I just get engulfed in watching all the games, boss. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
About to start watching teams now, put my bracket together when it's time.
Yeah.
Start watching from now, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, March Madness, man. That's gonna give us some more content to talk about, man. And with that being said, I'm gonna leave us with this as always. Always be gooder, cause good ain't good enough. Save the children and never underestimate black youth. We up out of here, man. It's been a great show.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Say thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.